Hello, I am Juggling Jester Jason, and today I'm going to show you how to juggle 3 clubs. That's correct. Now, first what you'll need is 2 balls and 1 club to start off with. The method I'm going to teach you is going to teach you how to juggle clubs within 1 hour. If you're over a little older, it may take you a little longer. First of all, here's the club. You have different parts of the club. The ball of the club, the handle, and the knob. I wrote it on the board here. What you want to usually hold the handle when you're first starting is you want to hold it about midway from the handle. About here. The reason is because you have a lot more control over the handle when you're in the middle of the weight. Later on, as you get better, you'll be holding it either lower or on the knob itself for certain tricks. So sometimes we will hold it here and here. But for now, we'll just hold it around this area here. First off, we need to throw the club. Now, I start off at a 45-degree angle from my body. Then I go down with my hand and come up at another 45-degree angle. The knob of the club is about, if you notice, is about in the center of my belly button. I'm then going to throw the club up and catch it. The reason I do this is because when juggling, it's very hard to see the club when you throw straight. It's much easier to see the full club when you juggle side 45-degree angle. And even other tricks later on where you juggle at a 90-degree angle. But for now, 45-degree angle from one side to the other. Okay? Try that about 20 times. When you feel comfortable with that, we'll get on to the next step. Next step. First of all, I want to make sure that you can juggle 3 balls. If you're not able to do at least 6 tricks with 3 balls, it's not worth learning how to do clubs. Why? Because there's so many tricks to do and so much fun to do with balls. And also, it's going to make your learning clubs much easier if you know how to do balls. One of the things I do is I say, can you juggle 3 balls and look at something else? For example, read or look at what's on the floor. Mm-hmm. You want to be able to do a few tricks, just be able, because you don't want to have to concentrate on the balls. The next step. We take 1 club, 2 balls. Now, it really doesn't matter which hand you start from with the 2 balls, but I usually start from my strong hand, which is my right hand, and I take the club in my left hand. Now, we're going to do a normal juggle, where we throw 1 ball up, and we catch. Now this is juggling. Yeah, it may not be 3 clubs, but it's juggling all the same. Now you want to concentrate on the 1 club because we're going to build up to 3. Oh, now I wanted to explain to you a little bit more about throwing a club. When you're throwing a club, if you want it to spin a lot, you use the wrist part of your hand. So when you use your wrist, it spins really quickly. If you don't want it to spin a lot and you want more lift without spinning, you're going to use your elbow, the joint, to throw. And you'll get very floaty throws. So when you're doing this exercise where you're throwing 1 club to the other side, if you see there's too much spin, use more arm, less wrist. If you see there's too little spin, too high up, use more arm, use more wrist. Okay? So let's go back to the step. We're now doing 2 balls and 1 club. You'll notice I started with my other hand this time. When you feel comfortable with this, remember, you're just focusing on 1 club. You don't need to focus on everything else, because balls you already know how to do. Next, we're going to add a club. Now, it's very important to do this this exercise for about 2 minutes, not longer, because you may learn some bad habits if you continue doing it. I'm first going to show you how to hold the club. You have my right hand. I then take the club, open your fingers, and place the club in, and that is how you hold 2 clubs. Now, there is something called a circus grip, which you take and you put the club under, and that is how you do the circus grip. I'm going to show you these up close. This is the normal hold. This is the circle hole. You always are going to throw this club first. So whether you do the circus grip, you're going to throw that club first. Or whether you do the normal grip, you're going to throw this club first. So we're going to practice just throwing and then catching. Now the catching part is a little bit difficult, but it helps out later on because we want you to be able to stop without dropping at the end. So there are two ways I have that I catch the club. One is I open my hand and I just catch it within the part of the hand. You can also separate these two fingers here and catch it within these two fingers. A little bit of a harder catch, but it is also possible. It's up to you which one you feel comfortable with. So we're going to do this for about 2 minutes, just to get used to catching and throwing the club, whether you do the circus grip or not. Okay. Once you've gotten that, we're now going to take one ball, 2 clubs, and we're now going to juggle 2 clubs and 1 ball. Okay. You notice I juggle a little bit higher than I normally juggle balls. The clubs reach about shoulder height. Once you've done that, you can then add the 3rd club. Adding the 3rd club, you now can juggle 3 clubs. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed my lesson. And if you really enjoy this, please subscribe to my channel, which is, I guess, up there, or up there. And have a nice day. Bye.